Hello everyone, it's Jeff from the Systems Lab. Today I wanted to take a look at SpaceX. This is the daily chart and it has been 30 days, 30 trading days, 46 I think calendar days. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can do it right. Here we go. So yeah, what do we have? 30 bars, 46 days. So yeah, we've got our 30th day. So now we've got some significance in the statistics. But what really matters here, I think, is that we IPO'd at 130. That's the orange line right here. But we opened on the day, I think it was at 155, or was it 150? And then I think it was 150 actually. And then we sort of had this rally for 1, 2, 3 days, and then sold off pretty heavily, chopped, and then has been selling off since. And you can see we came down under, well, 150 and then under the 130 IPO price, retested it from below, and then have been heading lower. And then you can see we've got some earnings coming up next week. That'll be their first earnings report. But what I really want to talk about is what does all of this mean for PRX, and specifically PRX in the 1 minute chart, because that is something we looked at very early on in this cycle because the volatility was very helpful. So let's just change to the 1 minute chart, and let me just zoom out here a little bit, and you can see that there's a lot of activity, of course, on the 1 minute chart, but what really matters is performance. So let's just go ahead and maximize this chart down below here. This is a nice thing now because it puts all the main things, the main statistics right up here in the top, and makes it a little bit easier to get a hold of. So you can see that actually this is looking pretty good. Now, what are my settings on this, you might ask? So let's just have a look in PRX at what the settings are. So we are configured with both longs and shorts. We've got our leverage multiple at 2, so we're allowing up to 2x multiple. Sometimes we get more on that when you're trading intraday, but we're enabling it up to 2, and we're just going for the maximum of that use. So we're going to use up to 200% basically of whatever the account balance is. And we are set for the percent account equity at 1%. So 1% per trade. And the account I've got set here is 100,000. So that's all good. Now, what you can see here is that in those 30 days, the return on this has been about 71%. So that is also not too shabby, a 71% return in 30 trading days. Call that a month and a half. And doing that with a drawdown of only about 11.5%. So, not bad. We see this here, that drawdown, the biggest one comes right, I think, in this area. We have another one here of about 9%, but this is not too bad. Now remember, we've got longs and shorts here, which is important because, as you can see, this hasn't actually been doing all that well. It's not like this has gone to the moon. Maybe it did originally, and then it kind of came back down again. So a lot of this must be being made on the short side. And one other thing, I guess, that I wanted to just kind of point out here, obviously this is taking a lot of trades, and these numbers do not include any sort of slippage and commission, of which there will be at least slippage. Many people probably don't pay commissions on this anymore through brokers, but there's going to be some slippage, of course. But the volatility and I think the general amount of volume that we're seeing on this has actually been pretty good. So this just goes to show what you can do when the volatility is high intraday on a short-term 1 minute chart of this. Now, one other thing I just wanted to point out here, if we just look at the equity curve chart itself, is if we turn this buy and hold on. So remember, this is starting to trade as of I think it wasn't the first day, it may have been the day after the IPO day by the time we had enough data to actually start trading. But if we turn buy and hold on, you'll see a very different story, right? What's down about, are we in percent here? No, we are in dollars. So, but yeah, it's about the same. It's down about 33%, whereas the system as it stands is up about 71%. So being flexible, taking frequent trades intraday on this particular market has been paying off, and that's interesting to see. Now, what other markets might be exhibiting this sort of behavior? You might want to go and try to find some of these yourself. What other common characteristics of this, which is essentially large intraday volatility and swings, um, and a lot of participation, so good liquidity. But yeah, I thought this was a really interesting one, and pleased to see that it's working well, and interested to see how you guys make use of this and PRX as a whole. All right, that's it, guys, for this one. I will see you in the next video. Have a great one.